Okay, we still lead the charge over in League 2, of course, but breathing down the necks is, of course, Hollywood FC. Are they going to make it back-to-back promotions? We're going to take a little look at it. Today we're taking a look at match number 18, that's right, of course, over in League 2, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang on all things League 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all hear, boys, in a busy old international week, that's right, but it doesn't stop over in League 2. They keep on bloody playing, and of course Wrexham try to close the gap on top spot right now after an incredible bit of form right now heading into the game. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course, and if you are new, don't forget to smash your subscribe. A whopping 78% of you are not subscribed. Let's get those numbers a little bit down a bit. Of course, I've been away for a little bit, so let's bring it, well, not really been away. We've been keeping up with the predictions, but I'm going to showcase you the prediction league in a second, but these are the last games that were with us this past week or so. Bradford City lost at home to Barrow, 2-1 win it was in the end. I went with the home side on my picks. Colchester United and Sutton United duked it out to a draw, 1-1 in the end. Crawley, big 3-1 winners over Accrington. Stanley, I went the other way. Meanwhile, Notts County, they've had a bit of a slump. Probably at the wrong time there. 1-0 loss to Crewe. I went with the 2-1 win myself. Harrogate, big away win for them over Walsall. I went with the 2-0 win myself. 1-0 win it was. In the end, Grimsby, big winners as well over Morecambe, 3-2. MK Dons also drew against Newport County. I went with the 2-0 win myself. Mansfield Town keep up the heat. They're in their automatics right now. 2-1 win over Salford. I went with a 3-1 win. Stockport County continued demolition job. 4-2 in the end over Swindon. I went with a 2-2 draw myself. Tranmere, big winners over Forest Green Rovers. 3-0 win. I went with the 1-0. Of course, Wimbledon, 2-0 winners over Doncaster. I went with a 2-1 win. And Wrexham, 2-0 win over Gillingham. I went with a 3-0 as well. What about you guys? Now, of course, we've been away for a while with the prediction league, but I've been keeping on. Now, I'm not sure if that was this week or the previous week, so let me have a little look. Vinny Hong, look at a whole bunch of you got 6 there. Well done to you guys. Okay, yes, that was the previous week. Now, this is this week. And of course, James PCFC picking up 7 points there, so well done to you for keeping on. And the current situation is this over the prediction. That's what you're really worried about, is James PCFC running away with the 89 points. Andy not too far away, though, 5 points adrift. Frosty there as well in the top 3. That's, of course, now, but it could all change very, very soon. But this is the table as it stands. Stockport County lead the charge, 38 points as of recording, 33 points for Wrexham, and then Mansfield with 32. That's right, going down the Vegans and Sutton United, of course. But it could all very much change very, very soon as we got another round of games coming at you. Don't forget the link right here, right now. It is, of course, Cutley/League 2. Free to enter. Get in amongst it. No prizes, just a bit of fun. But here we go then. These are the next games, of course, coming at you. Or are they? Yeah, I think they are. But it is a bit of a scatterbomb approach. Scattergun approach. There are some games here that are not going to go ahead. But we've got predictions in there anyway. But for example, the derby here between MK Dons and Wimbledon is not going ahead. So we'll try and we'll not segue it, but of course we're going to give you my picks anyway. So let's kick it all off with this one. It is, of course, Accrington Stanley taking on Wrexham. Now that game is, of course, going to go ahead over at Stanley. Of course, pleasure the 4 times. 2006, we got 3 wins for Stanley, 1 for Wrexham, and 0 draws. Biggest win for Stanley was a 5-0 win. They've in fact got 11 goals scored in those 4 games, 2.75 goals a game. However, Wrexham coming to this 2-0 win. Their biggest 4 goals scored in those 4 games, a goal a game on average. They've won 5 of them out. To have Wrexham, of course, second to the table, and 92% for them right now. Stanley, with that in 4, of course, 8 for the table, and 26 points on the board as well. Stanley on the back of a 2-1 loss in the FA Cup to Doncaster most recently. Wrexham with a 2-0 win over Gillingham back on the 11th of the 11th, of course. They got through their FA Cup. I guess that was a replay for Stanley. But anyway, coming into this, the bookies odds. We have Stanley 23-10 for the victory, 11-4 is draw. Even Stevens is, of course, your away win here. I'm backing Stanley here. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm backing them over Hollywood FC. 2-0 win in the end. Barrow up against Crawley. Let's get into this one now, coming at you. Also on Saturday, November the 16th. Played each other 12 times, 2008. We've got 4 wins to Barrow, 6 wins to Crawley, and 2 draws as well. Kicking on forward, though, Barrow unbeaten in the last 6 games, 92% form for them right now. 4 wins on the bounce. They are 6th in the table, 28 points on the board. However, their biggest win over Crawley was a 4-0 win. They got 20 goals in those 12 matches, 1.67 goals a game. Up against Crawley, biggest win for them, 4-0 win. Also, they scored 21 goals in those 12 games, 1.75 goals a game. Back-to-back wins over Crawley at the moment. They are up to 11th with 24 points right now. Last time around, though, over in Barrow, it was a 4-0 win for Barrow back in April 2023. Barrow, 2-1 winners over Bradford most recently. Crawley with that 3-1 win over Stanley. But the odds right here, right now, we do have 11-10 on is your Barrow for the victory, 13-5 is your draw, 11-4 is your away win here. We are backing Barrow. Yes, we are. 2-1 win. They're in the mix here, and of course, they aren't in those playoffs at the moment. Doncaster up against Walsall, coming at you at the Keynes as well. Or is it? I'm looking for it. I don't see it. So I don't think this game is going to go ahead. And if it was to go ahead, I would have went with a 3-1 win. So I'm just whacking it in there. And of course, we've got the prediction form. Do your same. I've got no data for me, so we're just going to jump through it. Of course, 3-1 win it would have been. But of course, that's for another day. Gillingham up against Salford. Is this another game? No, this one will go ahead according to my data. Played each other just the twice since 2022. We'll win a piece. And of course, no draws. Gillingham's biggest win, their only win, was a 1-0 win. Of course, that makes it a goal, just a 1 goal scored over the 2 games, 0.50 goals a game. Salford, though, 3-0 win, their biggest. Of course, scoring 3 goals in those 2 games, 1.50 goals a game. Salford into 15 for the moment, 21 points right now. They are, of course, back-to-back defeats. 50% form for them over the last 6. That's 1-2 lost to and drawn to. Gillingham under new management with Stephen Clements. Back-to-back defeats for them, 10th for the table, 33% form for them, 25 points right now. Last time around at Gillingham, it was a 3-0 win for Salford. The home side hasn't won this game, of course, the last 2 games. Anyway, heading into this one, the bookies odds, we have even Stevens for you. Gillingham 5-2 is draw, and 12-5 is your away win here. Got to go with the score draw here, point apiece. Probably Salford will be the happier. Clements needs a victory as coach. Another game that's probably not going to go ahead is Morecambe against Crewe. Of course, Crewe on a good bit of form right now. Morecambe also in good shape, but again, not in action. Morecambe in the playoffs, Crewe in the playoffs. These guys are taking the knee on this one, of course, with the international break. So I'm going to go. I would have went with a 2-1 win for Crewe, but we'll have to wait and see for another day. Let's get into the next one. The Vegans up against Grimsby, coming at you over in vegan land. Now, these 2 sides have played 21 times since 2010. We've got 7 wins for Forest Green, 10 for Grimsby, 4 draws, of course. Biggest win for Forest Green. We've got a 3-0 win. We've got 26 goals, though, in those 21 matches, 1.24 goals a game. Up against Grimsby, of course, 3-0 win their biggest, 29 goals scored in those 21 matches, 1.38 goals a game, of course. We haven't played, actually unbeaten now in Grimsby in the last 3. Of course, 42% form for them right now, 21st in the table and 17 points on the board. Up against Vegans, 2 wins in the last 6, 42% form for them, also 23rd in the table and 13 points right now. Last time around, though, over at Forest Green, it was a 1-0 win for Forest Green, who are unbeaten against Grimsby over the last 6. Goodness gracious me, they've won 5 and drawn just the 1. Of course, quick look at the odds then here. We are looking at Forest Green coming at you at 11-8 for the victory, 5-2 is drawn, 9-5. Of course, at Grimsby again, I think under new management. So I'm actually going to back a 0-0 draw on this one, point to the bag, and I think Forest Green will be the happier out of the 2 sides. Kicking on forward, though, is Harrogate up against Swindon Town, coming at you over in Harrogate. Now, these 2 sides have played the 4 times in 2021. We've got 1 win for Harrogate, 2 wins for Swindon, 1 draw, of course. Harrogate, 50% form for them right now, 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6. They are 14 for the table and 22 points on the board. Their biggest win, though, over Swindon was a 3-0 win in those last 4 games. 5 goals scored in total, 1.25 goals a game. Up against Swindon, who, of course, 5 defeats on the spin, 12 for the table and 23 points on the board right now. Michael Flynn is losing control. 3-0 win, their biggest, 8 goals scored in 4 matches, 2 goals a game on average. Last time around, though, over in Harrogate, it was that 3-0 win for Harrogate back in July 2022. Of course, quick look at the odds right here and now. Harrogate 12-5 for the victory, 13-5 is your draw, 21-20 is your away win here. We are backing a 2-1 for Swindon, but realistically, the wins have not been coming. So if I were to do it again, I probably would back Harrogate. So, but I've got to stick with Swindon. I think realistically they should win that game, but form is not looking good at the moment. Meanwhile, Mansfield, of course, in the automatics will be in action, of course, looking to strengthen their hold in those top 3 spots. Up against Newport County, played each other 29 times since 2010. We've got 13 wins for Mansfield, 8 wins for Newport County, and 8 draws, of course. Mansfield, though, 3 wins and 3 defeats in the last 6. They are 3rd, 32 points on the ball right now. 5-0 win, their biggest, though, over Newport County, scoring 51 goals in those 29 matches, 1.76 goals a game. Up against Newport County, 42% form for them right now. 1-2, lost 3, and drawn just the 1 over the last 6, of course. 42% form for them right now. Biggest win for them, 5-3 win. They got 35 goals in 29 matches, 1.21 goals a game. They are 20th at the moment, 19 points on the board right now. And of course, last time I played each other over in Mansfield, it was a 0-0 draw back in October 2022. I think Mansfield are unbeaten against Newport County over the last 5, picking up a couple of wins and 3 draws. But the situation in the odds here, we have 9-4 on is your Mansfield, 7-2 is draw, 11-2 is your away win here. We are back in Mansfield here, 3-0 win, of course, strengthening their hold of course, those automatic spots. Then MK Dons against Wimbledon again, big derby, spicy derby, lot going on in this game, but this will not be played this weekend. And if it was, I would have went with a 1-1 draw, of course. So we'll have to see whenever that game comes back around, of course. Meanwhile, Notts County up against Bradford City, and again, this will actually early kickoff on Saturday, November the 18th. Played each other 14 times. Done before. We got 5 wins in Notts County, 6 wins in Bradford. We've got 3 draws, of course. Biggest win for Notts County, 5-0 win. They got 23 goals in those 14 matches, 1.64 goals a game. They are on 50% form at the minute, are Notts County. 1-3 and lost 3. Down to 5th at the moment and 30 points on the board. Up against Bradford, 1 win in 6, 25% form for them right now. Graham Alexander, the new manager over there. Of course, 3-0 win, their biggest. 20 goals scored in those 6 in those 6 victories in those 14 matches. Total 1.43 goals a game. Down to 18th right now. Would you Adam and Eve it? Of course, last time around over at Notts County, it was a 1-1 draw. That was back in March 2015. It's been a long time, guys. These two sides. Bookies odds on this one. We have Bradford City, 3-1 for the victory. Notts County 2017 on 13-5 is your draw here. Goodness gracious me. I'm backing Notts County 2-1 win for them. But their form is a bit woeful. But what has gone wrong with Bradford City? Kicking on forward, it is Stockport County. It is Colchester United. And of course, it is on Saturday, or whatever it is, November the 16th. 18th either. Played each other 11 times in 2003. We've got 2 wins for Stockport, 7 wins for Colchester. 2 draws, of course. Biggest win for Stockport was a 1-0 win. They got 11 goals in those 11 matches. You could do the math on that one. Colchester, the biggest win for them, 2-0 win. They got 18 goals in 11 matches, 1.64 goals a game. They're on 58% form right now, Colchester. Just 1 defeat past 5, 16th for the table, and 20 points on the board. Up against Stockport, just 1 defeat past 6, 83% form for them right now, top of the table, and 38 points on the board right now. Last round, they're over in Stockport. It was a 1-0 win for Stockport back in August 2022. They are unbeaten. Stockport over Colchester over the last 3, picking up back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets, and of course a draw as well. Looking at the odds right here right now, we've got Stockport County 5-2 on for the victory, 10-3 is the draw, 7-1 is your long shots. That's Colchester United back in the hosts, the leaders, and could be promotion candidates. Stockport County 2 to win in the end. And then Sutton United against Tranmere Rovers coming at you over in Sutton. Played each other 8 times in 2016. We've got 3 wins for Sutton, 3 wins for Tranmere, 2 draws. Of course, biggest win for Sutton was a 1-0 win. They got 9 goals in those 8 games, 1.13 goals a game. Up against Tranmere, biggest win also 2-0 win. Of course, 11 goals scored in 8 matches, 1.38 goals a game. Just 1 win in 6 though for Tranmere at the moment, a 17% form for them, 22nd in the table with 13 points on the board. Up against Sutton, unbeaten in the last 3, 42% form for them right now, 24th in the table, 11 points at the moment. Last time around over at Sutton, it was a 2-0 win for Tranmere, unbeaten against Sutton over the last 3, picking up a couple of draws and a win. The bookies odds for this one, Sutton at 23-10 for the victory, 2-1 is Tranmere, 11-4 is the draw. Of course, we are backing a 2-1 win for Tranmere. False position. I just don't know what's gone wrong or gone right for them at the minute. It just doesn't seem, I would never consider them relegation candidates, but performances on the pitch have not been good enough. But a big one, this one for Tranmere would be in this relegation 6 points. But we'll see if I'm right, and if I am right, this of course will be the situation with the results. Of course, a lot of them not being played due to the international break, I would assume. And of course, if I'm right, we don't have a table. We don't have a table. Oh, it's a mystery. It's a bloody mystery. I have to get back to you on the table. But anyway, please make sure you bang the old subscribe, bang the old thumbs up, bang the old little bell. Of course, a whopping 78% of you are not subscribed. We're trying to get back in a tip-top shape heading into the new year. Lots of stuff to be planned. Of course, we are in our new home here. Of course, new routine and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully you guys can join me in a big year in 2024. But anyway, until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up. Of course, I'll see you soon for the next one. But until then, we're about done.